First of all, I'd better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 AM. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room, on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point to complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Hey, Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Do you need something?
Naturally.
Of course, life without purpose is quite dull, you know. So what do you need? I'm gonna let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent, the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No,
Stop talking.
You seem to have limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. You invited me to come with you. You're not doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But we'll need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what's going on, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya. Well, I'm going to explore the room first. Dude had a real complex about being weak. Yeah, Jiro, right? All I need to get is stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl, after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. Don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. Cause of Chihiro's complex. Can't help wondering what it might be. Wonder's account. Okay, let's get the murder weapon. Dumbbell. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and this is a bloodstain. There's a bloodstain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
That's right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else. I hex into the Makoto's voice with Byakuya's. Whoops. Hey, Sakura. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere elsewhere, then carried it. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still.
Well,
I still think she came here on her own choice. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get, how do I say it, stronger. Stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Hidra or myself usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However,
Perhaps, but it would be difficult to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have come with someone else? It's a possibility, I think. Okay. Now I believe it's time for us to move on. Already?
what?
No clues will magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true,
Let's
but
go.
if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. Okay, I didn't get to check everything else. But okay. So this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Okay, maybe he means these? Like, how did someone get in? If I remember right, the card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have any issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said then quickly sharply clapped his hands together.
did you call for me?
You called for me? Huh? Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems the Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's about the card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct? If there was some sort of erotic terrorist in the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbooks, correct?
Of course.
Correct. So then, that means only girls can go into the locker rooms and only boys can go in the boys. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room. Hey, Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
In other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. But I'm wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the whole time. It says loaning, but it doesn't say stealing, I'm guessing? Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Got it, good. Wait, hold on, you're saying there's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it, so, So sleepy! And just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and put your poop together. Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest of your own damn self.
That's fine.
Well, I know you're unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? Well, that'll help you understand what's going on. Okay. Going to the main hall. We came to the main hall. So what are you looking for? Oh, does that mean I have to figure out myself? I can't click over there. This? There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook. Oh wait, there's 3 of them, but why are they doing it? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. Seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka. You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I merely turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Sayaka Mizuno. You're right, this is Sayaka's. Now, do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay... Yeah. I see, yeah, now I understand.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
It's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs? Well, I mean, no, didn't Monokuma say it could take like a ton stuff or something? The cruel punishment which led to Leon's death, the execution the mastermind concerted. Cruel, heartless death. You're right, it wouldn't be surprising if the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey!
No!
Hey! What? That handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't fucking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters. I don't care how many baseballs you hit with it, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing why its weakness was. Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's undeniable fact that it's turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite. What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocidal Jack. Then you really think? You do believe Genocidal Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocidal Jack is the true culprit, and I have a basis to believe that I assume you, Genocidal Jack, is one of us. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocidal Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence that... Hey, you two! Big trouble! I need help!
I don't have time to
We're
play
busy.
with you.
Leave us alone.
I mean...
It's an emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me. What's up, Asina? This is a serious emergency. Just calm down. But it's an emergency. An emergency? What happened?
Well...
Something wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat
Don't make me
myself.
repeat myself. I didn't expect that I thought for sure he'd just say no, and that'd be the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay, good, come on, hurry. Wait
Let's
for
go.
Asina. It looks like she headed for the dorms, the Toko's room most likely. Okay. Is Toko inside some kind of emergency? You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So what's this emergency?
So...
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After all, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. I may as well give it a shot. Door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Control? What, are you like... Oh, split personalities, oh my god. Seriously? That's too obvious. It's not gonna be Genocidal Jack, is it? God damn it. And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time when I rang a little while ago. Oh, drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Wait, what? Oh, you have to... What? Holding it from the other side of the door. These kind of doors open outwards, not inward. What? At least that's what I saw from that cutscene. That's weird. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocidal Jack would really murder Jiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But...
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? You! Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her? Come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever.
Huh?
Oh, you gonna talk to her, Byakuya? I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of a door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
What do you want?
Leave me alone, you're so annoying. Bacula!
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocidal Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise.
What?
I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh yeah, okay, I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Yeah. The library? Come on, let's go. Let me guess, we're finally going in the archives? Because he said there's like all these... I know an archive is a place with like a lot of different books, so maybe there will be something about genocide of Jack? Is the evidence that proves it was genocide of Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Don't make me say it again. Okay. If I remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It all makes sense once you're inside. Oh, there's so many books and files. There's so much dust.
So in other
I would
words,
say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Okay. This is a shelf of stuff tight with files. Without really thinking about it, pick one of them random. Oh, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file.
that's right.
That's a report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept in the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling what crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I return the file to its shelf. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. Wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was at the library. An extension cord, huh? Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it in for good use. I remember him saying there were two different lamps, or two extension cords or something, I don't remember. But he said there was two of something, and this one was in here, and the other one was what he used. I don't remember where I got that from. There's so many files stuffed on the shelf. What's in all these things?
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? Did you tell all the people who control the world from behind the scenes? Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet? No, I mean the ones with real power, the secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. Okay, so... Ooh, hi. It's even a surveillance camera. I was expecting it to be like, oh, it's on the corner! You won't be able to get me. Oh, you got me! I'll give you like 500 Monokuma coins. There's a ton of thick files stuffed in the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person would never want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files, there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. They're internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh. So are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in this library is because of this room right here. It's home for classified government documents, police records, things ordinary people would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right? That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label as a lie. Well, it's not. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope Speak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean? Usually. Usual, normal, ordinary, simple. Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, if you don't understand the nature of anything, you don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? What makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I've reviewed them multiple times. There is no doubt. Oh? Pay attention to your surroundings. You'll... Okay. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents more than once? But all these need to be like top secret, confidential stuff, right? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger and, of course, not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me was the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. It's an excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocided Jack case. As he told, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
Right.
This is the complete case. Every single report surrounding the Genocided Jack case has been compiled here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocided Jack murder. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, the bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust and written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chiro. Save you surprise, the best part is yet to come. With the second characteristics, where the victims are suspended. The only ones who knew about this particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all means, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news or online. Nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only each official and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if we recall Chiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So, in
The
other
culprit
words...
isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocided Jack.
In other words...
That right there is the evidence that Genocided Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocided Jack really is? Such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us.
Interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Okay. Byakuya, about the Genocided Jack case file. Would you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Oh boy. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly my hand stopped. I had reached the page where the photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. The names of Genocided Jack's victims ran off several pages. Victim Ken Harada, office worker, 32. The murder took place in the parking lot of the victim's apartment complex. The victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body. Believed to have been afflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victim to the wall. As with the other cases, at the scene of the crime, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's blood. The scissors used in the murders are apparently custom made, with every pair left at each murder scene, seeming to be the same construction. Kanarada 32, Tensura Hondo 17, Shoji Gaku 23, Kano Issei 14, Takeshi Yoshida 30. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear. All of the killer's victims were killed and suspended in the same way. And they looked like they were all male. But Jira's female. And at the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now, take a look at the next page. You'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page? Oh, looking again. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays or nights or during holidays. Either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered in the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words...
The key point here is the culprit may as well have a split personality. Split personality, like the kind you see on TV? Some part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb.
Let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We've finished up business here, haven't we? Okay. As usual, Byaku had turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to...
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together this whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Maybe move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye. Just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, it felt like I was just being some plaything, getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered something really important clues thanks to him. Genocided Jack, he's the one that killed Chiro. Well, I mean, he's probably not. Or she, if I think it's Toko. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. If there's somewhere I have to go and investigate. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful. Need to find everything I can. Alright. Let's go back to the pool. Hey, Yamada. Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprits.
I feel
Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find? I cannot reveal that just yet.
That's it.
But I guarantee that I will find what I found will steal the killer's breath from its lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yes, Miss Lunenburg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she see? She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy, she's likes, right? Okay, so where is Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorm. She was there, but at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? Okay. Boys' dorms, things. What the hell? I clearly remember that photo was something else. Okay. Oh, what happened there? There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? That's interesting. Huh? This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite fit well in the boys' thing. Well, it actually comes up with something when you do it. Notice observing. That's pretty cool. It comes in the bottom left corner. I'm sorry, Jiro, that you died, but this music is amazing. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood, just like in all those genocidal cases. In every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written on the victim's own blood. feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
Damn.
Chihiro's presence here was especially weak, her body and soul.
No
To
forgiveness.
target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. As Monokuma file said, it was a fatal injury caused by the blow to the head. Down below has to be the murder weapon. Okay, so I've already done that. Juda's real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to get stronger? Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl, after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. Chihiro's complex. Where did that come from? Hey, Kyoko, you haven't made progress in your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder.
so then,
Before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. Chihiro's handbook is missing. That's definitely worth worrying about. Also, the other purse is in here. This bloodstained purse, the blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. The girl's locker room doesn't seem like that kind of place you'll find some of this. Yeah, but wait, this reminds me, the person in the other locker is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker, there is a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there was a poster of a big breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What would the reason be? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker room. 2 locker room posters had been added to the truth bullets. Okay. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura? You've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could be switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I've never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse, it's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of options. I mix protein powder with coffee and take down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. But I don't see any stains in the carpet. Oh!
of course.
Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain had disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. Still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there were never a stain here to begin with. By the way, just so you know, in my head, I am trying to figure things out, but I'm trying to stay quiet just to avoid spoilers in case something does happen and I say something that might be a spoil. So, from what I gathered, just by that, something's been switched. Either it's everything, or it's just the posters and the carpet. But, yeah. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. Wait, no, that's not rope. Okay. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix. It's an extension cord. This isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, this is the issue of her being suspended in the fatal blow. First, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide of Jack files, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? The status of the dead body is being added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Oh, I can hold down Q to look at everything and like... Oh no, press Q to take away everything. Well, the other thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at Genocide of Jack case file one more time. Alright then, so... leave the girls' locker room. First, I need to go talk to Celise. And she's in the warehouse thing, if I remember right. Hey, Celeste. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but it seems I was pointless. Then did you find something? Very well, I would tell you, and only you.
Actually,
Last night I saw her here. Chiro was in the warehouse. What, really?
indeed.
This is right before nighttime.
Hmm?
Huh? What are you doing?
Out this late?
Oh.
Oh, I was just... Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
What the hell? She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girl's locker. If she hadn't broken my rule, none of this would have ever happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girl's locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. The strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chiro carrying, which means that the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. That's kind of odd. So now I need to go to the library. Let me see something. Okay, so I need to go to the dining hall, it seems, talk to Asahina. There's question marks on the map and they tell you where you should check. So, yeah. Okay, Asahina. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out. She just keeps mumbling about something about genocide of Jack. So I just left her there. You left? My head was all swimmy and I was pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you reading? Donuts! Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created out of space, and donuts. Really? I bet Chiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Me! She was a little bit strange, but she didn't really hang out with the girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chiro to exercise with her, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite? Oh, wait. Maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge by a book by its cover. You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Yeah. Spoil me, boys! Spoil me! Ah. Alright. The water box is empty, the extension cord was in there before. Yeah, I could grab this thing from over here and put it over there. Sure is dark over there. Oh, the lamp won't turn on. I see, it's not plugged in. The lamp cord is not long enough to reach the outlet. Last thing I saw, it was definitely on. It was definitely right there. That's right, Byakuya was using an extension cord. But that's not... There's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Okay, now for the archives. We need to read that book again. I want to take another look at Genocided Jack's case file. I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? The only one who would do something like that is... Can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Byakuya. Yeah, there it is. I'm sorry if you can hear my mom in the background, by the way.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
See you soon! Begin the class trial, or... It's about time to begin. Red door's right there. I don't want to go through it. Go through it anyway. So is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. Huh? Toko is? You really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible, you're terrible. Phew, so now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
And so, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chiro. Chiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. So someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Where's Kirigiri? Someone's standing right here. Where? Oh, she's right there. I was like, where the hell? She's usually at the front. She was at the front last time. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. I give him a small nod in reply, but with one last breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. As we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. Oh. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste your time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good, you're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it, not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
thrills,
Everyone,
chills,
please find your
chills.
assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. Deadly judgment, deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial.